Okay. Greetings. Good evening. Thank you for coming out here. We'd like to get our concert up and running. My name is Mr. Foot. I'm joined by my partner, Mrs. Childs. It's great to be here with you all, whether you're joining here on the broadcast here, on the live stream, or you're here with us in person today. I want to take a moment to just please make sure that you double check, you silence your phones here, out of courtesy for our audience members here. The students have worked really hard and we're really proud of what we have to show for you here tonight. So, super excited. We're going to go ahead and get started. Behind me here is beginning orchestra, and this time, notably, with our bows in our hands this time. It's been a big adjustment. I know parents have been looking forward to it. We've got them in our hands. We're excited to show you what we have in store for you tonight. We're going to begin with beginning orchestra, starting with our piece, New World Symphony. Excellent. Please enjoy.
If you remember back in our December concert, we were performing pieces that were about 8 to 12 measures long. Tonight, our longest piece is about 80 measures long. So developing the stamina to hold up the instruments for that long, along with using our bows. So as we said, we're really excited to share this with you guys tonight, and I hope you enjoy New World Symphony. Developing our ears, sounding more and more so like what an orchestra typically sounds like. So, Mr. Foot has a couple things to say about our next piece.
All right, so this next piece is called Peachtree March. It brings in a lot of new concepts for these beginners. We have everything from swapping from our arco playing to our plucking pizzicato midway through the piece, and we start dealing with dynamics, which sounds like it's a simple thing for our more advanced players, but it's something new for our beginning players. So we get a little bit of contrast there, starting to give you a little bit more of that orchestra sound you're so accustomed to. So it's an exciting piece, Peachtree Watch.
our third piece and final piece for the beginning orchestra, we're going to go ahead and invite Prelude up. So they're filing in now from the back. This next piece, titled Square Dance, is a really, really fun piece that actually allows our beginners to have the opportunity to play and perform a piece with some of our older students. So I'm going to let them get kind of set up here. We performed this piece at our grade school tours back about a month ago, 2 months, a few weeks ago actually. And it just became a really fun fan favorite for this. So I hope you guys enjoy Square Dance. intermediate orchestra next school year, which obviously we hope they do, please make sure they're holding on to those instruments over the summer so that they're still continuing on building those skills throughout the summer and not coming back in August and being like, I have no idea how to hold my instrument again. So please make sure that they're holding on to those. All right, intermediate, go ahead and start transitioning up for me. And I actually said this to Mr. Butt today, without realizing that all three of our pieces this semester I picked a minor key, so it might sound a little bit spooky, just slightly for a spring concert, but we've been working on minor keys. So our first piece is titled Gauntlet. It's kind of like a spooky castle-like piece, so I hope you enjoy Gauntlet.
This next piece we have for you is called Twilight Express. It was a favorite from our recent school tours we had. We performed it there. We'd like to show it to you now. This Twilight Express is supposed to evoke a train going through, kind of the Midnight Express going through here. It's got some pretty cool techniques. There's some tremolo, and then there's some harmonics. There's a lot of cool different techniques that these intermediate players previously haven't gotten to use a whole lot. So we're going to show you a little bit of what we have to offer with Twilight Express.
going to transition into our third piece for intermediate orchestra. This piece is titled Medieval Wars. It's kind of like a knight's battle, jousting, all of that. Lots of fun, different things going on. Knighting ceremony, the battle, everything else. So I hope you guys enjoy Medieval Wars. intermediate orchestra off the stage and transition into our string fusion setup. While we are moving around our ensembles up here, I wanted to take a moment and mention our parent organization, PIMA. PIMA is our parent booster organization for the band and orchestra program. You all have received plenty of emails from them regarding fundraisers and all of that other stuff. So the roller skating party back in January and a bunch of other things. We just wanted to take the time to mention that they are looking for more members to join, and it is a lot of fun. We have about 2 to 3 meetings where with our large trips at the junior high level, just a bunch of things going on. So if you are interested in joining that parent booster club, please reach out to either Mr. Hood or I, and we can get you in touch with the board. Speaking of PIMA, they do a wonderful opportunity. There will be more information coming out regarding this, but this is involving our current sixth graders, so the ones that are currently leaving the stage right now. If students have not had the opportunity to take private lessons, last year they funded a scholarship opportunity for our sixth graders to take some private lessons over the summer. So it is a wonderful opportunity. More information will be coming out for that, so be looking for that, but it is a wonderful chance to take private lessons and continue learning on the instrument. Mr. Foot, are we pretty much set up? No? Okay. Let's see. So, speaking of private lessons, there was a sheet out in the foyer. I believe it is our blue sheet that is listing all of our recommended private instructors through our community. Wonderful opportunity for students to kind of learn more skills on their instrument. So if that is something that you are interested in, please make sure you grab the flyer. I know I mentioned summer camp. There's another opportunity for summer camp as well. It is not hosted by us. It is in the community, hosted over at LT. So wonderful opportunities over the summer to continue growing on instruments. And I believe that camp is for anyone who's had a year of experience. So both summer camps are a wonderful opportunity. I know we're setting up a bunch of wires and stuff up here, so. Okay. So yeah, we've enjoyed working with all of our students this year. There's a lot of opportunities, like I said, to grow on our instruments and just continue. We enjoy working with them. It's kind of the highlight of our day. I know the students don't really necessarily enjoy getting up for a 7:30 a.m. rehearsal, but we love seeing their bright, smiling faces to start out our day. Starting out our day with music is great. We get to play music all throughout the day with our lessons and stuff. So we want to take a moment to thank parents for getting their kids up for these morning rehearsals, bringing them to morning rehearsals, getting them to their performances for our sixth graders and junior high students, bringing them for our solo and ensemble contest. I know it's a lot of things, but we love the support of our District 102 Orchestra program, and we really appreciate you guys just assisting us with that and saying, hey, you have morning rehearsal, you got to get out of bed. So we do really enjoy seeing them in the morning. I know 7:30 a.m. comes early for pretty much everybody. I get it, but we love making music with our students early in the morning. All right, Mr. Foote, are we ready to go?
We're just pretty much ready to roll. Hello. I'm sorry for our long transition time. This group is a new group we're starting here. It's called String Fusion. This group of six that has been really awesome, joining me every Wednesday morning to work on some new different kinds of music we don't always get a chance to work on with our traditional orchestral setting. You'll see Prelude oftentimes playing more of this classical music. We have a lot of that with PSO as well, but some of these alternative styles, jazz, and some of the pop songs we sometimes overlook a bit. This is hopefully what this group can fill this niche here. So I'm doing a little shameless advertising here by showcasing just a taste of what this String Fusion group has to offer for you, and perhaps get some of my sixth graders super excited. You may notice this is barely an ensemble. It's more like a string quartet that's been doubled by a few instruments. So we could certainly use some more people. It'd be great to have you join. If you're a beginner, perhaps something to look forward to in a few years, it would be great to have you join us. We're going to start off with a pop song. Maybe you've heard of it. It's by Coldplay. We're going to start with that, and then we'll move on to Prelude. Let's see if we're settled. All right, please enjoy. All right. So, you got to hear a little bit of what the electronic instruments sound like here. They're super cool. Didn't even realize we had access to them, but now that we found them, they're super cool and fun to use and heard, and we hope to use more in the future. We're going to keep moving now to a blues tune. It's called D102. It's going to capture a little more of that jazz sound that we tend to overlook here at Orchestra. So please prepare for day blues, and then we're moving on. We're so grateful for the assistance we got from solos and also their hard work in joining us, not usually found in our orchestra, our percussion players, Henry James and Jacob Gale. Can we hear this? Thank you for indulging me with this string fusion group. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on and transition now to our Prelude group, our final group. Please give us a moment as we try to keep this group moving as quickly as we can. Give us a moment, please. to get ourselves settled up here. You will now hear from our final group. This is our Prelude group, orchestra group you heard from earlier this year. It's our audition ensemble. Many of these students practicing a lot outside here. Many of them study privately. They participate in these summer camps. That's definitely something you should look forward to, my beginners and my intermediate players. This Prelude group, full of our audition players, they're awesome. We're going to start off with this first piece, Chicken Foot Transplant. It's a cool, kind of bluesy sounding piece. It's got some cool techniques as well, some sliding, some familiar stuff you've heard before. Chicken Foot Transplant, please enjoy. Oh, also, there's some more solos in this one as well, so please be prepared for that. You'll see them, they'll stand to show themselves for you. Be prepared. Chicken Foot Transplant, enjoy.
All right, so before we transition to our final piece on this evening's concert, we wanted to just thank you all for coming again and for meeting up with your students after the concert. We know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of students up here. So we are going to have our students head upstairs, pack up their instruments and items, and they will meet you all in the cafeteria. Pima, that I mentioned earlier, is sponsoring our wonderful bake sale after the concert. So nice fun time to just kind of just relax, socialize with some people, and have some nice baked goods. So you will meet your students in the cafeteria. Students will pack up their instruments first and meet you down there. So feel free to head down there after our performance is done. So our final piece on our concert tonight is titled Brandenburg Concerto No. 3. You may have heard this in TV shows, commercials, movies, that sort of thing. It's a very, very popular piece of Baroque style music. This ensemble behind me, so Prelude, performed this at solo and ensemble back in March and received a Division I rating on this, so we wanted to showcase it today. Yes, super proud. Nor I will be up here conducting them. So they're going to be relying on listening to each other and staying together without a conductor. So very difficult skill. This is something to look forward to for my intermediate students that are looking to audition for Prelude. This is something we do every year. So please enjoy Brandenburg. so hard to develop. So my beginners, this is something to look forward to in a couple of years. You have the opportunity to audition for Prelude. My intermediate students, you have the opportunity to audition for this next year. So really quick, before we pack up this performance tonight, I wanted to mention this is specifically for beginning and intermediate orchestra, and I need actually my notes for this one because there's specific dates. So we are talking about our final rehearsal schedule and lesson schedule for beginning and intermediate orchestra students. So the final beginning orchestra rehearsal will be Tuesday, May 21st. So 2 weeks, essentially 3 weeks from today. So 2 rehearsals remaining. Our final lessons will be the same week, but they end that Friday the 24th. So small group lessons at the schools will be ending Friday, May 24th. Rehearsals end Tuesday, May 21st. For intermediate orchestra, we will be going to 1 rehearsal a week starting this week. You have no rehearsal tomorrow morning. You don't have to get up early. All right, so what that means is we are only transitioning to Friday rehearsals for intermediate orchestra. No more Wednesday rehearsals moving forward, just on Fridays. So if you show up tomorrow for rehearsal, there will be nobody in the room. So you guys get to sleep in tomorrow. So see, I told you they don't enjoy getting up at 7:30. But really quick, also for lessons, they end the same day, May 24th. So small group lessons for all grade schools will be Friday, May 24th. Rehearsals will be the same week, depending on what day those are. We thank you all for coming to tonight's performance. Just as a reminder, students will be packing up upstairs and meeting everybody in the cafeteria. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it.